Before the dawn of humanity, a different kind of being reigned supreme on earth. Imagine a world dominated by jinn and devils, entities unparalleled in their malevolence. These beings, invisible to our eyes, thrived on chaos and reveled in conflict. The earth as we know it was their battleground, a theater for their endless wars. Their existence was marked by a ceaseless cycle of violence, a testament to their destructive nature. They were the undisputed rulers of this planet, their reign unchallenged for thousands of years. These jinn and devils, with their spiteful hearts and destructive tendencies, painted a grim picture of the pre-human earth. But as with all things, change was inevitable. A new chapter was about to begin, a chapter that would forever alter the course of Earth's history. And then humans came into the picture. With the arrival of humans, the devils felt a deep, burning resentment. This was not just a simple dislike, it was a profound aversion, an intense loathing that seethed within them. They viewed us, the human race, as the unwelcome newcomers, the intruders who had encroached upon their world. The envy they harbored was corrosive, eating away at their very being. This resentment soon gave way to a burning hatred. They began to plot, to scheme, devising numerous attempts to lead humans astray. They wished for nothing more than to see us fall into the depths of sin and misdeeds. Their ultimate goal? To anger God and His angels, to create discord and conflict between the divine and the human realm. This was the beginning, the inception of a timeless battle between good and evil, a struggle that continues to this day. The stage was set for a cosmic war, with humanity caught in the crossfire. In the deepest recesses of the shadows, a silent war of epic proportions raged on. A young man, pulsating with life and zest, was savoring his meal, blissfully unaware of the looming menace that surrounded him. A devious devil, invisible to the innocent eye, skulked in the obsidian corners, its sinister intent focused on devouring his meal and seizing control of his very being. However, the young man was not left defenseless in silent struggle. An angelic jinn, pure as driven snow, stood as a stalwart guardian, prepared to risk everything to protect him from the ruthless devil. This jinn, brimming with courage and unparalleled strength, locked horns with devil in a monumental clash, turning the unseen realm into an electrifying battlefield. The young man, oblivious to the invisible of life and death swirling around him, continued his meal, his tranquility starkly contrasting the palpable tension of the hidden battle. Benevolent jinn, in a heroic display of power and determination, managed to summon a final surge of energy, banishing the devil back into the abyss from whence it came, saving the young man from the malignant clutches that sought to claim him. Every day, unseen wars like this are waged in the shadows, their existence remaining enigma to us. The unseen world, teeming with untold stories of valor and villainy, is nearer than we perceive, silently shaping our lives in ways beyond our comprehension. Every decision we make is influenced by unseen forces. Imagine a young man standing at the crossroads of life. On his left, there's a devil, whispering to him, tempting him with promises of instant gratification, urging him towards shortcuts and easy paths that lead to darkness. On his right, there's a benevolent jinn, speaking words of wisdom, urging him to choose the path of righteousness, advising him to be patient, kind, and honest. This is a battle that doesn't take place on a battlefield, but within the confines of our own hearts and minds. The stakes are high because the outcome of this battle shapes our lives, our character, and ultimately our destiny. Each day, we are faced with choices that define who we are. And every decision we make is a step towards one side or the other. So, choose wisely, for your choices echo into eternity. There are signs if you know where to look. The unseen world leaves its marks in our everyday life. Sometimes it's as simple as a man hearing a call with no one around. He looks around but finds no one. It's a voice from the unseen. Or take a woman who forgets her food on the stove, only to find it burnt to a crisp. It's easy to blame forgetfulness, but could it be a sign of unseen interference? And then there's the spine, the backbone of the human body. Ancient traditions tell us that it's the devil's throne within us. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? These signs may seem subtle, even mundane, but they're there, hidden in the ordinary moments of our lives. They're whispers from the unseen, footprints of the invisible. These signs are subtle, but they are there if you know where to look. Even in our closest relationships, the unseen can play a role. Picture this: a couple, once deeply in love, now finds themselves in a silent standoff. In the quiet of the night, they lie in bed, backs turned to each other, a chasm of unspoken words and unresolved disputes between them. There's an invisible force at work here. It's not just the harsh words exchanged or the lack of understanding that's causing this divide. Perhaps it's the unseen, sowing seeds of discord, feeding off their anger and driving a wedge between them. It's like a shadow, an unwelcome guest in their relationship, turning love into resentment, warmth into cold indifference. It's a subtle yet powerful influence, often unnoticed yet deeply felt. So remember, it's not always what we see that shapes our relationships, but also what we don't see. The unseen can sow discord, even in the closest of relationships. Despair and sorrow too can be sown by the unseen. Imagine a man so deep in the throes of depression that joy seems like a distant memory. The world around him is colorless, his heart heavy with an inexplicable grief. In another corner of the world, a woman's tears flow like a river. Her sobs echo in the emptiness of her room, each one a testament to her pain. But what if there's more to their despair than meets the eye? Could it be that their sorrow is not entirely their own? That unseen forces are amplifying their pain, relishing in their despair? Yes, it's a chilling thought, isn't it? But remember, it's not about instilling fear, but about understanding that there are forces beyond our comprehension at play in our lives. Tears and despair can sometimes be the unseen's doing. At our lowest, the unseen can push us towards unthinkable thoughts. It's in these moments of despair, when our hearts are heavy and our spirits are depleted, that the unseen forces can exert their most potent influence. This influence doesn't come with a warning or a flashing sign. No, it's more insidious, creeping into our thoughts, whispering into our consciousness, pulling us towards the precipice of despair. It paints a picture of a world where hope is lost, where the light at the end of the tunnel is extinguished. It's an illusion, a mirage conjured by unseen forces, exploiting our vulnerabilities, our fears, our insecurities. But remember, these forces are unseen for a reason. They hide in the shadows because they fear the light of hope, of love, of resilience. So when you find yourself at the edge, remember, you hold the power to shine that light. In our darkest moments, the unseen can be the most insidious. The unseen can enter us in ways we least expect. Picture a man, an everyday individual like you or me. Unbeknownst to him, his back is riddled with unseen entrances like holes punctured in the fabric of his very being. Now imagine the devil, the epitome of unseen forces, capitalizing on these breaches. Like smoke, he tendrils into the man through these gaps. He does not force his way in, rather he seeps in, silent and unnoticed. This infiltration is not violent or abrupt. It's a subtle invasion, a quiet violation that goes undetected. The man continues his life, unaware of the unseen force that now dwells within him. The devil, now inside, begins to influence, begins to steer the course of the man's thoughts and actions. The unseen can infiltrate us in ways we can scarcely imagine. Sometimes, what we seek is right in front of us, obscured by the unseen. Picture this. A woman is searching for something. It could be a cherished memento, a crucial document, a key. She's turned her home upside down, looked behind every piece of furniture, checked each drawer twice. Frustration mounts as the object remains elusive. But then, as if a veil lifts from her eyes, she sees it. There it is, right on the coffee table, where it was all along. It was hidden in plain sight, obscured not by physical barriers, but by unseen forces. It's a metaphor for life, isn't it? How often do we overlook what's right in front of us, distracted by invisible concerns, worries, or preoccupations? The unseen can obscure even the most obvious truths, and yet once we become aware, we can find what we've been seeking all along. The unseen can inflict pain where no wound exists. It's an invisible battle fought within, causing a torment that leaves no trace. Consider a severe headache, a throbbing pain pulsating in rhythm with every heartbeat, yet the source remains elusive. It's not a symptom of an illness or a sign of stress. It's an inexplicable pain that consumes you. It's like a ghostly hand gripping your skull, applying pressure until you feel as if your head might burst. A pain with no source can sometimes be the work of the unseen. The unseen can distort our very perception of ourselves. Imagine a moment of introspection, gazing into a mirror, expecting to see the familiar contours of your own face. But what if what stares back at you is unrecognizable? A distorted reflection, an alien version of you. This is the power of the unseen, the uncanny ability to manipulate our perceptions, to warp our self-image. It's a chilling reminder of the influence they can hold over us. Our very self-perception can be manipulated by the unseen. The unseen world is all around us, influencing every aspect of our lives. This journey has taken us through different facets of the unseen world, from the pre-human earth teeming with jinn, to the devil's envy, the unseen battles, and the choices we make. We've explored the signs of the unseen that manifest in our lives, the influence on our relationships, the despair and tears, thoughts of the end, the unseen entry, the hidden in plain sight, the unseen pain, and the distorted reflections we see of ourselves. This is not just about fear and the unknown. It's about understanding the impact of the unseen on our daily lives. It's about acknowledging that there are forces at play that we do not always comprehend. It's about making conscious choices even when faced with the unseen. Awareness and understanding are our best defenses against the unseen world.